are back to reading Endless Blue by Throwscope/Logan. This is a romance fantasy horror feature. The logline is an astrology influencer's personal life falls apart due to altruistic tendencies and experimental drug use. And so we are reading on past the intermission here. At the end of page 40, we have our actors back in place. Next intermission is page 79. Man, this is what happens when we take Joel for granted. Love you, Joel. But yes. We just read the part where Miracle damn near jumped off a building. There's a dead doe in a pool. And we're on to page 41. Scroll down. Exterior Miracles Valley, top of the lane, day. A no trespassing/no hunting sign hangs on a shiny steel gate. News vans idle outside. Cameramen record reporters.
We all knew that Miracle was sent to this planet to help people. This confirms it. Catching someone trying to jump off a building? She's my miracle.
An audio tech watches a video on his phone. It's of two figures on top of a building, black against the sun. As one jumps, the other pulls them back onto the roof.
Miracle is an example of what we should all strive to be. Shining bright empaths in a dark world filled with hate.
Smoke drifts through the scene. The crews cough and hurry to their vans. Fire makes its way through the brown grass ditches. Farmer Bill and his friends use sprayers to control the direction of the flames. Through the smoke, a lone reporter climbs on the gate, trying to peer down the lane.
I love you, Miracle.
A painted lady butterfly. Are you scrolling around a lot? A painted lady butterfly glides over the reporter's head.
It'll pass. Every storm does.
Exterior cemetery, day. The painted lady lands on the back of a headstone as Auntie and Miracle pass by.
It's been 2 weeks. I don't think we've ever not spoken for this long.
They pass Ryan's grandparents' graves.
If it's meant to be, he'll come back to you. All moons cycle through darkness.
Auntie kneels down and cleans choke cherry blossoms off Miracle's parents' gravestones.
I still just don't understand why you'd have the old house torn down. So many memories.
The foundation was crumbling.
Could have built the new one on the other side of the valley, kept it in its place.
And I would have to look at it.
It was a nice old house.
Flash. A male corpse sitting against the wall in a living room, its head missing. A female corpse splayed over the couch, a huge hole in its chest. Miracle rubbing her eyes. Auntie stands up beside her, staring at the graves.
Nothing makes sense from that time. They had so much more to give to the world.
Auntie's phone vibrates. She reads a text.
Well, life ends in death. What greater gift could they have given to the world than to die?
Sorry, what'd you say, Mir?
Cut 2, exterior street, day. Boom, a starting pistol fires. It's the beginning of a cancer walk. Everyone decked out in purple swag. Donna, 50s, turban cap, walks with purpose. She accidentally steps on Miracle's foot.
Oh, sorry there.
No worries. I should watch where I'm going.
You're that Miracle girl, right? My daughter is obsessed with you. You're even more lovely in person.
Aw, thank you. I love your scarf.
Oh, this? To be honest, I'd prefer my hair, but those days are over, I'm afraid.
That's unfortunate.
It is. I had lovely blonde hair like you when I was young, all the way down to my ass. Boys used to pull on it in class.
My boyfriend likes to pull on mine, too.
They giggle.
What I wouldn't do to go back. But that's not the way life is. Cancer cells are eating away at my pancreas. Do you know only 7% of people make it 5 years? I won't be one of them, according to the doctors.
I'm sorry to hear that.
They continue their walk.
You're okay. You're okay.
Interior Ryan Studio Day. On a laptop, a film plays of Jet cradling a bloodied man's limp body next to a crashed black dirt bike on the edge of a tilled field at dusk.
You're going to be okay. We just need to get you some help. That's all.
Despite the cliche dialogue, Jet's actually pretty good.
Come on, get up on your...
Pause. In the studio, Jet turns to Ryan.
What do you think so far? Fucking hate it.
He did.
You want me to be honest, right? Overall, it's fine. You're the best part. The story's kind of bad.
He presses play. Jet's character struggles to drag the body.
Wait,
What?
go back a little.
Jet rewinds it.
There.
Ryan points to a black car driving in the background.
That's Miracle's car. Where'd you say you filmed this?
Over by Lynx Lane?
When?
Like 3 weeks ago. So like the 15th or 16th?
Ryan watches the car.
What's she doing over there?
Cheering. Exterior Cancer Walk finish line, day. Running shoes cross a white line.
Well, we did it, whatever that means.
Donna and Miracle stop on the sidelines, Donna catching her breath.
Would you want to get some tea or something? I've really enjoyed our talk.
I would love to, but my little granddaughter has a virus, I'm afraid. The sick taking care of the sick, you could call it.
Well, it was lovely meeting you. Please stay in touch.
I will, dear. And you keep injecting all that positive energy into the world. Lord knows it needs it.
They hug tight. Miracle's hands pressing into her back. They shimmer. Vibrating. Interior college auditorium, day. Ryan in class. Suddenly takes his phone out and reads under the desk.
And as I lie here on my deathbed, I know that life is filled with endless sadness. And I would do anything to experience it all again.
Ryan's expression falls. Exterior hospital, day. Doves peck around pavement. They scatter as Ryan exits the hospital, staring at a slip of paper.
He woke up briefly right before he passed. They said he kept moving his hand around while saying your name. They figured out he wanted a pen and paper.
An illegible blue scribble. Buzzing. Interior tattoo shop, day. Tattoo gun pressing into skin. A cloth wipes blood and ink away to reveal the scribble tattooed on a wrist in blue ink. The artist rolly chairs away from Ryan, inspecting the tattoo.
We happy?
Ryan nods. A beat.
What do you think he was trying to write?
Interior Buck's house, living room, night. A syringe injects yellow liquid into blue vein. Buck withdraws the needle and wipes the injection point with disinfectant. Miracle rubs her arm as Buck gets up.
What's it going to be like?
He squints to look through each telescope, adjusting them slightly.
Where you're going?
No. Getting there.
Interior Miracle Mart day. Aisles allow Miracle to make her way between them with a cart.
Well, the beginning's always different, but you'll recognize it when it happens. Your body will take over. It'll know what to do when the time comes.
A mother scolding her crying child. Miracle stops and watches.
You'll end up at what I call the launch point. This is where the journey begins. There's no way to know exactly where it'll happen, but it'll be obvious once you're there. And that there's no other place it could have been.
The mother slaps her child shockingly hard in the face.
Then it's blast off.
Miracle's eyes widen. Crickets. Exterior Miracle's house, roof, night. The stars are a movie screen above Ryan and Miracle. She's holding up his arm, inspecting the tattoo.
It kind of looks like a constellation.
Alan wasn't much of a star guy, Mir.
I'm just saying, there are things we don't understand. An immense amount of energy is released when we die.
Please don't try to romanticize his death. Believe me, there wasn't anything romantic about it.
I'm not, but you know the universe is speaking to us through sounds and imagery. We need to listen when the signs appear. We need to trust what it's telling us is true, because it is.
You can't trust the universe, Miracle. The universe is a fucking liar.
He storms off. Interior Miracle's bedroom, night. The moon peeps through a window. On Ryan sleeping. He twitches, mumbling. Miracle stands over him, watching. She sighs. Drip. Interior Miracle's house, kitchen, night. Miracle fills a glass of water at the fridge. Drip. She turns her head. Interior Miracle's house, bathroom, moments later. Miracle peers into the dark room. The door across from the toilet is closed. Drip. Miracle steps inside, staring at it. Drip. The knob turns. The door cracks open. Drip. Miracle freezes, lips parting. Drip. Bloody fingers spider around the door. Bedroom. Ryan asleep. A scream jolts him. Bathroom. Ryan appears in the doorway. Miracle clambers against the bottom of the wall, terrified.
Here, what is it?
She points at the second door, cracked open. A huge spider creeps out.
Christ, Miracle. It's a hunting spider. They're not even poisonous.
Ryan gets the spider on a broom, carries it from the room. Exterior field, day. Sprinklers spray water onto tilled fields.
Scream scared the shit out of me.
It turns the soil dark.
I didn't scream.
Interior Miracle's house, bathroom, day. A brush dusts foundation over track marks.
Have you figured it out?
Interior college auditorium, day. A nautilus shell weighs down a stack of tests.
No, still blue.
A blue square surrounded by black.
If you can tell me how the square is red by the end of the semester, I'll let you pass, despite your grades.
General Crow. Interior Miracle's Mini Cooper, day. The Mini drives a chipper Miracle through town.
Gonna soak up the sun. Gonna tell everyone to lighten up.
Up ahead, a red Dodge turns right.
I'm gonna tell them that I've got no one to blame. For every time I feel lame, I'm looking up.
Miracle makes a right. Later, driving through residential, Miracle keeps her distance from the red Dodge. Interior Miracle's Mini Cooper later. Miracle parked in the suburbs. A little ways up the road, the red Dodge is in the driveway of an average Midwest home. The mom and kid from the grocery hop out and make their way inside. Miracle lights a joss stick, waves it around the interior. Exterior suburban street, night. Warm street lamps. A man walks a big black dog and a small white dog past the Mini. Interior Miracle's Mini Cooper, night. Miracle waiting. The house lights switch off. She reaches in the glove box and withdraws her Glock, checks the magazine, pulls a balaclava over her face and gets out of the car. Cut to black. Open 2, point of view, the Glock pointed straight at us. Our masked assailant straddling. Raven. Raven? Never hit your kid again. The woman's terrified face under the gun, head on a pillow. She barely summons the nerve to nod. Cut 2. Boom. Boom. Clay pigeons explode in the air. Exterior shooting range, day. A moving Miracle, wearing ear protection, chambers shells into a Beretta 6.86 shotgun. Boom. Quickly shatters bottles set on posts. Draws her Glock and fires 6 shots into the heads of 2 human-shaped targets. Later, Donna and Miracle exit the shooting range with their guns encased.
So fun. Haven't shot a gun in years since my husband died.
Well, if you'd like to come again, let me know when you have time. I know you've got a lot on your plate.
Actually, I seem to have suddenly come into a lot more time.
Miracle stops. Donna tries to hide a big smile.
What do you mean?
It's gone.
What do you mean?
They called yesterday. It's gone.
Miracle in disbelief.
It's gone?
Donna nods, both crying. They embrace.
It's a miracle.
Drip. Interior Miracle's house, under the stairs, day. A door opens. Miracle peeks inside. A drip drops from a pipe at the bottom of a water heater. Her hand pulls a light cord, illuminating a small utility closet. She unlocks a gun case and stows her weapons next to their sister's. Locking it, her hand starts to shake. Miracle flexes, inspecting. Her breath slows. Lightheaded, she leans against the case, hand pressing steel. Perfect tones. Exterior, Miracle's Valley, day, dream sequence. The sun bright in our eyes. Blue sky. Ryan's face enters stage right. A breeze tussles his unruly hair. He lifts the black and blue paper and looks through it at the sun. Ryan's point of view. We turn away, an afterimage of a red square left behind our corneas. Interior, Miracle's bedroom, night. Ryan's eyelids twitch in his sleep. Exterior Miracles Valley, night, dream sequence. Ryan wandering through dark woods. He stops and turns his head, squints. The trees frame a portrait of Miracle's house. Someone is on the porch, their face obscured. Ryan steps forward, craning his head. Ryan's point of view. Buck stares back at us with a grave look. Vomiting. Interior Miracle's bedroom, night. Ryan wakes, light under the bathroom door.
You okay?
The toilet flushes. The door opens, and Miracle crawls in under the covers. Raven. Oh, you're muted. You're muted, Raven. Could someone tag Raven? But, why won't this virus go away? Ryan kisses her forehead.
Get some water.
Exterior Miracle's house, porch, night. An orb weaver web looks down upon the red-stained porch. Ryan steps behind its center. Glancing around the dark yard, he goes to the railing. Words carved into the wood's flesh. Look up. Ryan stares. He lifts his head. Exterior street, day. A pure white sky. Snowflakes fall from within, each uniquely, perfectly patterned. One lands on the shoulder of a blue puffer jacket, melts into the fabric. Miracle sitting on a bench in town. A layer of snow covers all. Cold breath clouds. With her finger, she makes a heart on the bench and writes Miracle plus Ryan inside.
Excuse me, miss.
She turns to a veteran sitting beside her. He's missing his left arm.
I was just wondering, could I maybe have your arm?
My arm?
Yes. You see, I lost mine in Afghanistan. Since then, I found life quite inconvenient not having it. Would it be too much trouble if you gave me one of yours? You do have two, after all.
Miracle considers.
Okay.
He hands her a buck knife.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
She starts to cut off her arm. Blood pours from the wound. Steam rises. It's quite difficult, especially sawing through the bone, but eventually she breaks through and cuts her arm off. She hands it to the veteran. He leaves with a nod. A bus pulls up. Miracle gets on. Interior bus, moments later. The driver and passengers stare in horror as she takes a seat, blood dripping onto the floor. Miracle closes her eyes and leans her head against the window.
Mary!
Interior Miracle's house, kitchen, day. Ryan in the doorway. Carhartt jacket under a hoodie. Miracle at the counter. Upper arm painted with blood. Chef's knife on the floor. Freshly used.
What the fuck?
She looks down at the deep wound. He catches her fainting. Winter through the sink window. Title card. Chapter 2. White. Drip. Interior emergency care, night. A pale Miracle under white sheets. Arm wrapped. IV in. 2 sets of legs pass by. Again, they stop in front of her. Her eyelids struggle apart. Miracle's point of view. Mom and Dad stand above us. Blank faces. Blink. A big black dog and a small white dog have taken their place. Blink. A little blonde girl in a white dress has taken their place. She comes to the edge of the bed with a note and whispers.
Read this someplace quiet. Don't worry. I'll wait. Okay, is it safe? I'm going to tell you a secret. You and I are the only people that matter. Just us two. You and me. I and you. Do you think it's a coincidence that we would meet? It makes sense that the only two that matters if feet would complete the same trek. I'm guessing you have your doubts, yet undeniable evidence. You're cute. To boot, you're just like me. Deeper than one seems. Self-aggrandizing is only the beginning. Sometimes you may feel like you're losing, but trust me, you're winning in the game of life. Something tells me you might be on the right side of something true. Endless blue. An ocean of wealth. But quick, hurry yourself. Before you're just an urn, sitting forgotten on a shelf.
Our eyes close. Interior office day. Laboratory coat sleeve.
Encountered something like this before. The only explanation is that she's been injecting various organic substances intravenously.
Forms.
You're saying she's been injecting herself with what, like juice or milk or something?
Flowers of jasmine.
Her blood work indicates that it's a cocktail of many things. I've found some similar cases of people making their own medicine at home. You should consider yourself very lucky. The amount of foreign particles in her system was extremely alarming.
Magic mouse and keyboard.
At your house, like you said, there wasn't anything. No needles, no drugs, nothing. Miracle doesn't believe in modern medicine. She won't even take Tylenol.
Porcelain mug.
She must be getting it somewhere else. We'll keep her here, monitored. She'll have regular visits from a psychologist before being transferred to a mental health facility. We'll see if she's willing to talk about it. I would advise you to do the same. That's the best way I can help you can help right now.
Puffy clouds. Audience clapping. Interior long-term room, night. On a wall-mounted TV, stock footage of shooting stars on a news broadcast.
Only 6 months till the biggest meteor shower in 300.
The channel changes to a woman on a stage sitting next to a self-help book, speaking to a studio audience.
In a story, the names and places don't really matter much. The most important thing is giving people something to believe in.
The woman stares down at Miracle, sat up in bed. Our lonely patient looks a little better. Ryan enters with a bag of takeout. Raven!
Hey,
They were out of vegan chicken, so I got you dog instead.
He slumps on a couch across the room.
that's okay. I'm sure it will still taste good.
Ryan manages a meager smile before averting his eyes through the window. She turns the TV off. Miracle reading him. Distant barking from outside.
What are you thinking about?
I
He looks at her.
was thinking about that night we spent at the house in summer. You know, when you were working and you called me a dog, and it doesn't matter.
Don't say that.
I mean, it doesn't seem to matter much, does it? What is wrong with you, Miracle? Like 6 months ago, everything was fine. I can't begin to talk about everything that's happened because it feels ridiculous to even start. Should I make a list? Use bullet points? Maybe I should write you a poem about all your transgressions?
Don't be so mean.
He stands up.
Don't be mean. Are you fucking kidding me? How about don't blow random dudes on the street? How about don't jump off buildings? How about...
I didn't. I stopped.
Yes, you did. See? All you do is lie to me now. Me, I've been with you through everything. And now all I get is lies. If you turn the contrast up in the video, you can see it's you jumping, Miracle. Or are you going to try to convince me that what I saw with my own eyes isn't true?
Miracle doesn't know what to say.
I know you want to help people. I know that. I know you care more about helping people than you care about me, but...
That's not true. I love...
Yes, it is. And I knew that. I knew. And I had accepted it. The audience would always be more important. You were still there for me. You didn't do that shit that would... I mean, what the fuck, Mir? What the fuck? You're injecting random shit in your arm. They couldn't even tell what it was. And you still deny it. How do you explain it, huh? How?
I told you, somebody must be breaking into the house at night. I told you about the man I saw.
Just quit the bullshit. Yeah, a man has been breaking into the house, has he? But you only felt the need to tell me once you're caught? Please.
I can't do anything if you won't believe me.
Doesn't matter if I believe you, does it? A month in the fucking loony bin? Do you really not see what this is like for me? You halfway cut off your arm. How am I supposed to ever not worry about you now? Should I be in class thinking, I wonder what body part Mir's gonna chop off today?
Miracle huffs.
I didn't know what I was doing. I was just stressed, working too much, and... Where are you going?
Ryan's heading for the door.
I can't do this anymore.
Do what? Ryan, please.
I can't do it anymore.
He disappears down the hall.
Don't go.
Miracle sits in silence. The light bulb burns out, casting the room in darkness. Interior NDSH Common Area Day. A white queen is moved from A2 to A3. A red pill is placed in a little white cup. The word married is covered with whiteout. Miracle sitting on a plastic chair, staring blankly at snow falling on a large courtyard below. A sign along the road says, North Dakota State Hospital.
It's a miracle. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. It's a miracle.
A female patient is ballroom dancing with an invisible partner. The way she repeats the phrase makes the two sentences sound almost identical.
It's a miracle. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. It's a miracle.
Miracle leans forward. A taxi pulls up to the building. Ryan steps out. Miracle's breath escapes. She fixes her hair.
Miracle. Visitor.
Later. Miracle glances behind her, faces the window. Ryan pulls up a chair. A long beat.
So, how's the food in here?
Come back to me. I can't live without you.
A beat.
Made any friends?
Miracle stares at him. She looks at the floor.
Jet's thinking about dropping out and moving to Hollywood once the semester's over. And his parents aren't happy. I hope he does it, though. Someone's got to get out of here. Oh, yeah, so my presentation's apparently finally going to happen next week.
Miracle starts to cry.
Hope it goes well.
She nods, weeping. Ryan stands.
Anyway, I better get back, I guess. Supposed to be a big storm.
He leaves. Miracle's sitting there, alone. Snowflakes parade past the window. Interior NDSH, Miracle's room, night. Miracle staring up at us from white sheets, moonlight cast across her face. The skylight above is a phone screen playing a visualizer of the moon and stars. A tear pools in Miracle's eye. The sky opens like a door, leading us into pure darkness. Fade to interior NDSH, common area, day. Snow drifts cover the courtyard. Miracle, sitting in her chair, leans forward. A taxi pulls in. Ryan steps out. Miracle takes a deep breath. She fixes her hair. Ryan has stopped on the steps. Miracle's brow furrows. He turns around and gets back in the taxi. Miracle watches it drive out of the courtyard. She stares at the tracks left in the snow. Interior NDSH, common area, day. Auntie and Miracle eat casserole out of Tupperware. Snowfall in the window between them.
So what do you think? I added radish.
It's good.
You sure? It's a little unconventional.
No, I like it. It adds a freshness.
She breaks down.
I peeled away the skin so they'd taste more honest.
Ryan loves radish. He told me a story about how when he was little, his grandma found him in the garden covered in dirt. He'd eaten all the radishes and left their tops everywhere. After that, they started calling him Rabbit.
I remember. He told it at her weight.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I hadn't thought about that in a long time.
The conversation dies.
You said you had a poem you wanted to read me.
Interior NDSH, common area, day. Miracle looking out the window as flakes march through the air. She turns as Auntie comes over. Both are wearing different clothes than before.
Oh, yeah.
She takes a notepad from her pocket.
It's called The Hare and the Hunter.
Auntie watches the snow. Interior Ryan studio, night. Ryan is giving a presentation on the Fibonacci building design to a group of men in suits. We see him in a way we've never seen before, full of excitement and animation.
When you're hungry, you need to eat. Something that will fill your belly. He could feel the hunger swelling, grabbed his bow and closed the red curtain behind him. Branches and thorns scraped the skin of his arms as he entered the forest. He didn't mind them, liked the pain. They say you can't have the good without the bad. He thought the two the same. As he pushed through the brush and greenery, in his eyes reflected something valuable. A little white bunny with a golden tail. In his quest to obtain this prize, he knew he'd likely fail. Had lived this tale many a time, seen the hare with the tail so fair and a coat so fine. So many crimes committed. He had hunted it, pursued, and every time he had thought he'd won, he'd lose. As if this particular beast was toying with him. Sometimes it almost seemed like it was letting itself be seen on purpose, only so it could then disappear like the ripples of a frozen lake deep in the mountains. The hunter had found himself walking home some evenings, realizing he had spent his whole day's seasoning just searching for the hare. Missed opportunities for filling stomachs bare. Sometimes it would appear so close, as if to touch, before running far away. Other days he would wait for the perfect shot as it bounced about and played in the green grass of spring. He had set rings of traps all across his mental map, but when he came to find his prey, with dismay, he found the ropes strewn and frayed, The bunny head chewed through them, as if telling him, I'm a sin you can't commit. There were nights when he'd be readying himself for bed, when, through the darkness, he'd swear to see the rabbit's head poking through the trees, thinking to himself, am I the predator or the prey? One day, so warm and pleasant, as a pheasant flew out from the weeds behind, breaking tree limbs, he turned around and finally realized the hare was hunting him. From that day forward, when he went about his hunter ways, he'd see the rabbit following him as it nibbled, unafraid. Something about the way of which it was always around piqued his curiosity, made him wonder. It was summer, when, making his way down a hill and into a tree line, he stopped as the branches created a frame. Captured in this natural painting was himself, on the hunt. It was on that day he came to learn the hare and the hunter were the same.
Ryan shakes the suit's hands. Interior NDSH Common Area Day. Miracle returns the notepad to her pocket.
What does it mean?
I don't know.
Interior Miracle's house bedroom day. The back of an iPhone on a tripod. A miniature Miracle reflected in the lenses. On screen, Miracle takes a deep breath.
Hi, everyone. I'm really sorry about the gap in videos, but I had real-life things going on and wasn't able to upload like normal. I know a lot of you were really worried, but everything's okay. Just some family stuff. So, anyway, today is actually the 5-year anniversary of when I made my first video. Isn't that crazy? I honestly can't believe it's been that long. So much has happened.
She stares off.
Anyway, I guess we should start how we always do, by reading the poem of the day. When I woke up this morning, this poem was playing in my head, and I had to hurry quick to write it down before it disappeared like they often do. I would encourage all of you to do the same, or your precious thoughts will be wasted. This poem is titled You and Me. I am you, and you are me. When I look into your eyes, I see myself, and you see you. Only then can we realize that we are the same. By loving you, I love me too. When I kiss you, I'm kissing my reflection, a solipsistic impression.
Miracle tries to contain herself, but she starts to cry. She wipes her eyes, fixes her face in a mirror, then puts one on for the camera.
So, if you couldn't guess, today's video is all about self-love, how the stars can help guide you through the process of self-forgiveness. But before we begin, I just want to send a message to all the young people out there who watch my videos, who may feel like they have no one, who may feel like they have no one to protect them. I know. Who may feel like they have no one to protect them. I know what it's like to be little and not have.
Miracle leaves the frame. The focus adjusts onto snow falling through a window. Exterior interior parking lot, night. Miracle's Mini under a streetlight. A thin husk of snow covers its dark skin. From a bedroom window, a white cat watches a bundled-up Miracle exit a building. Mensa counseling. Mini Cooper. Miracle gets in and shuts the door. She takes a deep breath, puts the keys in to start A big black dog and a little white dog run past the front of the car. Little paw prints left behind. Miracle stares after. Droning. Interior, the cave, night. Miracle in the endless void. puffer jacket pillow. She lifts her hands. Their color remains matte. Interior, Miracle's house, day. A needle penetrates fabric. Yellow thread is pulled through. Auntie sits in an old wooden rocking chair, doing a cross-stitch of a field of flax at sunset scene. Miracle, bundled in a sweater, tastes some potato soup from a pot on the stove.
Auntie, dinner's ready.
She puts a lid on and carries it to the set dinner table. The snow has stopped outside. Chickadees and goldfinches peck at seeds on the feeder.
Auntie, dinner.
No answer. Miracle purses her lips. Somewhere, a white paper cup is placed in a vending machine slot. Hot coffee fills it up. Interior, hospital, hallway, night. An exhausted Miracle sits on a bench seat. She stares at the tile floor while her coffee steams. Interior, hospital, Auntie's room, night. Farmer Bill asleep on a chair by the window. Auntie is sitting up in bed, looking around when Miracle enters.
Auntie.
It's me.
The left half of Auntie's face is paralyzed.
Yes, I'm not dead yet, it appears. I assume that's what you were thinking, given my current predicament.
Bill, wake.
Shh. Let him rest, honey. I'm sure he's exhausted.
You remember anything? What happened? You had a stroke.
Yes, well, I gathered that much in the minute before you came in the room. Either that or I chewed a bunch of Sichuan peppercorns on only one side of my mouth.
Miracle laughs.
We really need to tell the doctor you're awake. Wake up, Bill.
I know.
Auntie pulls her into a hug. Miracle's hand pressing into her back. Hold.
Just give me one more minute of unreality. Something only becomes real if there are others involved.
Interior, hospital, hallway, day. A doctor leads Farmer Bill and Miracle into the hall, leaving the door cracked open, showing a sleeping Auntie.
She's a fighter. Always has been.
Yes, she's clearly very strong-willed. Wonderful woman. However, it is my recommendation that next time she's awake, you both take it as an opportunity to say your goodbyes. You never know what will happen, and things can progress very rapidly.
She's been doing so much better in the past 3 days.
I know, but I would still recommend it. And it is better to say goodbye twice than not at all.
Interior, hospital, Auntie's room, night. Farmer Bill sleeping in his chair. Miracle working on her laptop on the couch. Auntie asleep in... She gasps awake.
Auntie.
Miracle rushes over, cradles her, running a hand through her hair.
You're okay. You're gonna be okay. We just need to get you some help. Let me get a...
Auntie grasps her wrist.
Auntie?
She stares into Miracle's soul.
Listen to me, okay? Don't forget. Anytime someone who was great tried to do anything revolutionary, there was a crowd of people standing at their back, telling them how they were crazy.
Miracle's eyes glimmer. Auntie's face reflected. Her delirium seems to pass. Suddenly exhausted, she lies her head on the pillow.
Mirabelle, honey, didn't you have a poem you wanted to read me before school?
A beat. A tear streaks down Miracle's cheek.
No, I don't think so.
No, I'm sure of it. Don't be nervous. I'm sure it's wonderful. All your poems are so wonderful.
Okay, just let me get my notepad.
Auntie waves her off. Miracle swallows and leaves. Hallway. Miracle on a bench seat, writing in her notepad. A poem titled, You Are the Universe. Tears wet the paper.
Okay, it's not the best, but
Auntie's room. Miracle pauses in the doorway. She steps forward, staring down at Auntie's unmoving body. Farmer Bill wakes up in the chair behind her. Exterior Bear City Hall, day. Miracle's Mini tucked into a long row of trucks outside a small brick building. Interior Bear City Hall, day. Packed with people on fold-out chairs and others standing. A slideshow of Auntie with all her friends and family plays on a projector screen. Big bouquets of wildflowers and tall grass. Miracle reading from her notepad at the front of the room.
believe just as much as the planet's spherical. We close our eyes and pray for a miracle. I'm here, but my North Star is gone.
She looks up, almost gasps. Ryan, leaning against the wall at the back. He turns and walks out the exit. Exterior Bucks Valley, night. The windmill is frosted still. A valley frozen in time. Through the kitchen window, Buck is seen using a mortar and pestle. On the counter, chemistry equipment and a line of pottery bowls filled with dried past flowers, buffalo berries, preserved rabbit's feet, and various other organics. Interior Buck's house, night. Tap tap. Buck flicks a yellow syringe on his way from the kitchen into the living room, where Miracle sits on the couch, waiting.
So, with the increased dosage, we should be able to get back on track. It's not ideal, but we'll just have to make do.
He grabs the belt.
Can we do it somewhere else? You'll see the marks.
Gotta be your arm. Think of your body like an oven. If you put the pie on the bottom rack instead of the top rack, it cooks different.
I get caught again, the pie won't get baked at all.
Sighs.
Fine, but it's a risk. That's all I'm saying. Take your sock off.
She does. Buck sets her foot in his lap.
Spread your toes.
Miracle's fingers pull the big piggy from the little piggies. The needle lines up between them.
The moment keeps replaying in my head.
Interior therapist's office, night. Aged fingers play with a white gold diamond wedding ring.
When I'm in bed, driving, getting groceries, I just keep seeing him walking through that door.
A delicate hand squeezes a Mensa counseling stress ball.
That's because you're going through withdrawal. Love is a drug. You took his love every day since you were a little girl. Seeing him was like taking a hit.
A white moth crawls across a rustic live, laugh, love plank.
With most drugs, it's not advised to stop cold turkey. But with love, you don't get to choose. Your drug of choice has emotions.
I can't imagine a world without him. I can't believe he's just gone. Like he was never here at all.
Count the white pills in a bottle with Miracle's medical info.
Don't forget, you're his drug too. Imagine how hard it's been for him to quit you. I guarantee it's taking every fiber of his being to not race back into your arms.
Then why doesn't he?
Watch a white drinking bird with a red head and blue hat dunk its head into a glass of water methodically.
Think of what you put him through, Miracle. Would you want to be with someone who's caused you so much pain? You can't force pain away. It festers inside like a physical malady. Only thing that can help is time.
Doesn't feel like I have any.
How do you feel at this moment?
Feel the remaining white sand fall through an hourglass.
I am not in this room.
Exterior parking lot, night. A half-choked street lamp. Fragments of a shopping list dance across the snow surface in the cold winter wind. Miracle's boots plow steps. She crosses the parking lot, in her own little world. At a certain point, she stops and looks around. Realizes she passed the Mini a while ago. Her breath does pirouettes. Dance pop piano. Bark yelp! She turns to an alley between apartment buildings. Alley. Miracle pokes her head around the corner. Gasps. The big black dog is viciously attacking the little white dog. From a window above, music, laughter, flashing lights flood the alleyway. Logan, would you like to do this one too?
I could, I know the song.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. Baby, I'ma have the best fucking night of my life. And whatever it takes me, I'm down for the ride. Baby, don't you know I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright.
Woo. Miracle rushes over and attempts to rip the bigger dog off. Yelp! It latches her sleeve. They roll around in the snow, violently wrestling. Miracle finally smashes the dog's head into the frozen pavement until it is no longer moving. The messy snow is soaked red with blood. Miracle realizes what she's done and panics. Sees the white dog's body, ruined and still. She crawls over and cradles it as she cries. Her hands and arms shimmer through her layers. She's too despondent to notice. Rup! The dog works to free itself from her grasp. Miracle watches in awe as it shakes some of the blood from its coat. The dog runs up to her, panting and happy. It licks the tears from her cheeks, turns and runs off. Miracle staring after. As she looks at her gloved hands, we rise up to the window where Ryan makes out with a girl on a couch in the middle of the party.
This is a good sign. A very good sign.
Interior Buck's house, kitchen, night. Buck sitting at his dinner table, forks a bite of meatloaf from a TV dinner into his mouth. Miracle paces.
The effects can manifest in a bunch of different ways. Looks like you hit the jackpot.
I swear it was dead. I saw it. And even if it wasn't, it would have been so hurt. Then suddenly it was perfect. Happy and running around.
I believe it. If I got brought back to life, I'd be happy too.
What does this mean?
Well, it means that things are progressing much quicker than we thought.
He goes to his telescopes in the living room, looking through each one.
We'll keep with the higher dosage. Just gotta hold on a while longer. Maybe or at most, I guess less than 6 months, if that's what you're saying is true.
Miracle sits down and puts her hands on her head.
My God. What do I do?
Buck tosses the plastic tray in an overflowing trash can.
My advice to you would be to do as much with this gift as you can while you have the chance.
Interior Miracle's Mini Cooper, night. A full moon shines bright in the night sky. Miracle peering at it through the windshield as she travels down a gravel road. Thud. Exterior road, night. Miracle steps away from the car, head held as high as the stars. Her hands shimmer through her gloves. She takes them off, lifts them upward. Energy emanates from them, floating up toward the moon. It shimmers. Exterior Jet's place, patio, night. Jet on his laptop holding a cherried joint. Video editing software and a video chat with a group of people.
just a risk, you know? And I know you have to take a risk to make something happen. But I got friends and family here. People don't live forever.
The moonlight pulses. Peaked, Jack gets up and goes to the railing. He watches the moon shimmer.
Just do it, dude. You only have one life. All the signs say go.
Jet hits the joint, the moon reflected in his pupils. Interior, Auntie's house, night.
Crazy perspective.
Farmer Bill in his easy chair, flipping through a photo album of him and Auntie's life together.
Where did you go, hon?
In a window, the moon shimmers. The space lamp suddenly lights up and rotates. Farmer Bill turns his head and stares. He looks at the photos. Screech! Interior, Miracle's house, kitchen, night. A kettle shoots steam. An exhausted Miracle pours herself a cup of tea. She weakly carries it into the living room and eases onto the couch. A long beat. The silence of the house consumes. Miracle withdraws her phone and opens the gallery. She swipes through photos of her and Ryan. Here's one of them on Farmer Bill's tractor. Here's one of Ryan drawing product designs. Here's one of Miracle nude in bed, laughing and holding her hands up in protest at the camera. Here's snore. Confused, Miracle looks to the bedroom door. She realizes. Bedroom. Ryan is asleep on top of the covers, still wearing his clothes. Miracle can barely contain herself, unsure what to do. She quickly, quietly changes into PJs, climbs in. Miracle lies as still as stone. Ryan sniffs in his sleep, his eyes open.
Miracle?
He turns over. She's been caught. All right, there's our second intermission, everybody. Excellent acting as always. 10 more minutes. Woo! Everybody get back here at 37 past the hour.
Singing has been fun in this one.
You've been awesome. It's added a lot. And also your poetry reading, that was good too. I think you got the meter, I think it's called. You read it very rhythmically.
Oh, thank you.
I did come in later. Can I ask if there's like a reason for Miracle to act so weirdly in terms of just casually detaching one of her arms? Like, does she have a mental condition?
She's on drugs.
Oh, that's brilliant. She's high.
We don't know what though.
I think that was a dream sequence, no? Like
Well,
cutting the arm off?
She did injure her arm. She didn't cut it off. But she did try to, I believe.
Oh, that part.
Okay.
My interpretation was that the bus with the veteran, or that scene with the veteran and the bus, was a dream sequence, but she actually started to cut off her arm in the real world and got caught.
Yeah, that makes sense.
She was sleep cutting, I guess.
Yeah, happens to the best of us. We don't know what drug she's on. We just know it's organic material. But
Well, whatever drugs she's on, that stuff is strong, you know?
it must be. It also makes her arm light up. That's cool.
Oh, God.
But it has right? That's one part. I think there's porcelain mug, and there's a keyboard and a mouse. That's part of the ingredients of whatever she's taking.
Oh.
Really?
Isn't
that the part? Yeah.
I came in just as that was happening, and as the script was going, she slowly tries to take her arm off. I'm oh, she must be some sort of cyborg, right? No, and then there was blood dripping. I'm okay, what's going on? What is this?
It has been a wild ride so far. If you can, I would clearly you can't do this very quickly because it's a long script, but like if you can later go back and read from the beginning, the build up is pretty good, IMO. But
Yeah, I mean, the dialogues are extremely well written. It's amazing. Who wrote this again?
this is from Throw a Scope. Logan, who has submitted a script that got on the blacklist before.
Oh
Called
no,
Meat.
why?
Yeah. No, the good blacklist. It's actually not like a blacklist, but the blacklist, a prestigious writing award.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why they call it that.
Yeah, it's
But
like
yes.
a really bad name to call it. Like if I write something and I receive a letter that says you have been like recommended for the blacklist, I'm like, oh shoot, someone must have really hated this.
Yeah, that would be terrifying. But yeah, Logan, again, I apologize for just the rampant technical issues. This has been wild. But I
Yeah, I
hope
mean-
that the reading has been enjoyable otherwise.
Who is Logan here? Like the username?
Through a scope.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
You know, this actually is amazing. It's extremely well written. I love it. You're a master of the craft, honestly.
Yeah, I'm loving
Look,
this.
Yeah, Logan did an amazing job.
Don't compliment me
Me
too
too.
much.
You deserve it. You
I think
deserve
the
it.
highlight for me is the poetry. I don't have the scholarly appreciation for poetry, but I do know that I like it, and it's neat. I like the images.
Yeah. You don't need to be a scholar to know what rolls off the tongue nicely.
Exactly. And I will be right back. And
Yeah.
Pelham, I'm going to respond to your message. Don't worry. Looking at this blacklist
recognize the
Discord
Pirates of the
and
Caribbean.
had that in my head during my break. I was like, I gotta get back in time to the intermission ends, and I had to be epic.
Love that theme.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, I have to go in an hour and 24 minutes. So
Oh, geez. All right. Like, you'll have to leave the call then, or you need to
Yeah.
be out of your house by then.
I have to leave the call.
All right. Hour 24, everybody. Connor and Nacho, that is 6 PST, I believe. I believe 79 and 21, 30. Yeah. We can do it. Voice
But
acting
since this is being recorded, like, I would really love to get as much feedback as possible, and I'll listen to whatever I can't stay around for later.
Got it. Well,
You said you wanted to do like a Q&A.
Oh yeah. We can get the feedback out of the way.
You can do the Q&A first, like while I'm here, if you want.
Oh, okay. And then record the feedback so you can have it later.
Yeah.
Got it. Sounds good to me. Do we have our actors back from intermission? I'm going to switch over to the PDF for mock speed efficiency. Luckily, I've read the script so many times at this point that I can sometimes guess ahead. Like earlier when the student said light blue. I knew that line even though I couldn't see it. But yes. All right, actors, get yourselves ready. Nacho's on his way. And where did it go? Okay. Top of page 79, everyone. Let's go. Interior, Miracle's house, kitchen, night. The kettle shoots steam. Struggling to control her excitement, Miracle pours a cup of tea. She brings it to a splitting headache Ryan at the table.
You okay?
She puts a hand on his shoulder. He shies away. Miracle takes it in stride. She lights a candle, sits across from him.
Oh, you're here. The tea should help.
Ryan takes the world's smallest sip, grunts. Miracle beams. Mission accomplished.
Would you like a blowjob?
Ryan flicks his eyes up at her.
No, I would not like a blowjob.
I find that hard to believe.
Okay, yes, I would like one, but you're not gonna give me one because that's not gonna solve anything right now.
Well, there's only one way to find out. I'm sure it wouldn't hurt anything.
No blowjobs, Miracle. We need to talk.
You can fuck my throat if you want. I know you like that.
Stop, seriously. I'm starting to actually get mad.
Okay. Don't say I didn't offer.
Ryan takes a breath.
There are terms and conditions I have come up with.
Am I signing a contract?
Yes, bitch. Now shut the fuck up and stop being cute.
He thinks I'm cute.
I'm out of here.
He moves to leave.
Stop, please. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make you smile.
He relinquishes.
It's in a game.
She nods. Ryan composes himself.
No more Sunday days of rest. You obviously can't be trusted at this point. It's gonna take a long time for you to earn it back.
I assume this is not a negotiation.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Good. You have to tell me right now what you were injecting yourself with and where you keep it.
Miracle hesitates.
You have 5 seconds or I leave. 5, 4, 3.
Okay. It was a mix of things from the valley. I kept it in a box buried in the garden.
Is it still there?
Auntie made me throw it out.
What? How would you do that? How did you get this in your head?
One day, when I was little, I was playing in the sandbox when this man in a suit stepped out of the woods and started talking to me. He had a suitcase with him, and when I asked what was inside, he opened it and showed me a set of syringes and some vials of yellow liquid. He said it was special medicine that would take whoever took it to the stars. It was made up of all the things that grew and lived in the valley, and he was here gathering them so he could make more. Then my mom came outside and he ran off. When I told her about it, she said I must have been dreaming. It was so long ago. I don't know if she was right or if it was actually real.
Ryan processes this.
But I still don't understand, why do you do it? It's insane.
Last summer, I had a dream. In it, I watched myself collect specific plants, bugs, and animals from the Kosei and mix them together to make this medicine. Once I took it, I don't know how to describe it. I transported across the universe. The dream was so vivid. The next day, I found myself collecting the ingredients without even realizing I was doing it. Before I knew what was happening, I had already gone into town and brought the stuff I needed and was back here injecting it into my arm.
And how do you feel now?
I'm on the meds they gave me. I feel sluggish all the time, but honestly, I just don't know what I was thinking. I needed something that I had complete control over. I wasn't lying when I told you I was really stressed. My therapist says that I ignore how I feel so that I can please others, even if it's just a detriment to myself. I need to work on paying attention to me. Otherwise, I won't be able to help anyone.
Ryan seems unconvinced. Miracle puts a hand on his.
I'm better. Really.
If I ever find out you're doing it, you will never see me again.
I swear on Auntie's grave.
Ryan stares deep into her eyes.
All right.
He breathes a sigh of relief, glances out the window.
Feel like a walk? The moon's huge tonight.
Exterior field, night. Waves of snow rise and fall.
Do you remember when we'd run out here and act like it was the ocean? We were swimming away from shore?
Miracle smiles at him as they stroll across a plain of snow. It's so bright out tonight, you'd think there were stage lights lighting the entire field.
A lot of memories have been coming back to me recently. Things I haven't thought about in a long time. Images, little details.
Me too.
What do you think that is?
We've spent our whole lives together. My therapist says love is like a mist cast across a valley. When you're in it, you're too busy figuring out what you're going to pay attention to all the details. As soon as you step out of the mist, you finally have time to think. Everything comes rushing back at you.
I just assumed it was because you had put an evil hex on me and they have finally been lifted.
Oh, that too.
Miracle cackles like a witch and runs ahead. Ryan gives chase. Later, the moon's light hides B-list stars.
Tell me a secret. Something nobody else knows.
They lie in snow angels.
I think you know all my secrets.
Come on, I'm sure there's something I don't know. Something embarrassing, a white lie. You can't have been a complete open book.
Ryan thinks.
Hmm. You know when that jade stone randomly broke and you took it as a sign that you needed to redesign your online persona?
No way.
I broke it.
You broke it?
Yep. So you have me to thank for the increase in followers you got because of it.
Miracle takes this in.
I mean, I'm still the one who made the changes, but wow. I can't believe you broke it. I completely changed how I presented myself after that. I wonder how much of our lives are determined by misunderstandings or assumptions. Is there more? What other betrayals have you been hiding from me?
Mm. Oh, remember when some of your old underwear went missing? I threw them out so you'd buy new ones.
What? Why? They were so comfy.
And ugly. One night you walked past while a Victoria's Secret ad was playing, and I was like, he's way too hot to be wearing those. Crashed them the next morning.
Audacity.
Don't want my girlfriend looking like an old lady. Had to be done. Well, what about you?
I'm pretty sure you know everything now. What else could I be hiding?
Who knows at this point? I wouldn't be surprised if I woke up tomorrow and you told me it was actually you who killed your parents.
Miracle's face goes white. Ryan panics.
Fuck, I'm sorry. I can't, sorry I joked about that. I still think I'm a little drunk. No, but no excuses. No excuse. What the fuck am I?
It's okay, Ryan. It's fine. We're
Jesus
both
Christ.
really emotional
Fucking
right
idiot.
now, and it's fine.
Only the snow speaks for a while. Then,
I thought of something.
Yeah?
I'm going to show you something I've never shown anyone. Ever.
What is it?
Miracle grins.
Follow me.
Interior, Miracle's Valley, night. Their boots tromp down a snowy path in the woods. A pine cone lands bottom up in a footprint, spine perfectly patterned.
Come on. It has to be dark if we're going to see.
Moments later, their legs make white craters as they pull themselves up a hill using tree trunks for balance. Ryan pauses. A star has been carved into one's bark. Miracle crawls up to a small overhang that forms a hood of snow on the hill. She starts to dig.
I was out here taking a walk when my parents were fighting. I chased a monarch up the hill and it flew in here.
She pulls snow away from a hole in the side of the hill. Pure darkness inside.
Bears then?
You'll have to come in to see.
She shines the flashlight on her phone.
Are you sure we should go in there? There could be monsters.
Miracle kisses his cheek.
The only monster inside is me.
She disappears into the cavity. Ryan stares at the darkness. He follows her inside. Interior the cave, night. Ryan steps through the void, staring at the tiny white lights in disbelief. Miracle twirls and puts her arms around his shoulders.
What do you think?
Crazy.
I know.
She skips ahead, as happy as a camper.
Come here when I need to think or relax, or if I'm really angry and need to calm down.
So this is what you've been doing on Sundays. What are they?
She reaches up and carefully pinches one of the lights.
Glowworms.
Miracle shows him the tiny creature.
As far as I can tell, this cave is the only place in this part of the country where they live. Feel how warm it is? It must be the perfect environment for them. I've tried to find other places like it, but there doesn't seem to be any.
She puts the glowworm back on the ceiling.
Just think, if they're here, it must mean that sometime long ago this part of the world was warm enough for them to survive. They must have lived in this cave for so long.
Miracle continues into the depths of the cave. Ryan looking around. He notices a flashing light from around a corner.
Where'd you go?
He rounds it to see Miracle in the center of the next room, body pulsing with shimmer, illuminating the cave. Ryan shades his eyes. She shines as brightly as a star.
Miracle?
The light dims. Miracle steps up and kisses him. Shimmer transfers into his lips. Data Mosh 2. Ryan sleeping head on a pillow in bed. We are in interior Miracle's house, bedroom, night. As his eyes open, he turns over and sees Miracle sleeping next to him. After a moment, her eyes flutter.
What's wrong?
I had this crazy dream.
Fade 2. Title card. Chapter 3. Blue. A cool breeze.
Nothing is as it seems.
Exterior field, day. Waves of blue flax flowers drift on a summer day. Raven, why don't you say it?
Oh, yeah, sure. Somebody who acts the nicest could actually be super mean.
A deer rumbles through the field. Farmer Bill drives with Miracle at the open door holding an urn.
The day could look like beautiful, clear weather, but the sky was only being clever. Cherish every day. The fall into death is as light as a white feather.
Miracle pours ash from the urn. The wind whips it up into our face, clouding our vision.
Call it the greatest exercise in life's fascism. In the end, we are all welcomed by death's baptism.
Interior the cave, night. Millions of tiny white lights in an endless void. A small stone floats past us. More stones and ice crystals follow. We tilt to see that we are actually in the depths of space, as the sun glows on the horizon, the moon in Earth's shadow. Millions of frozen rocks of increasing size float its way, a giant one, about a half-mile in diameter, hidden behind them. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Exterior street, day. A helmetless Ryan rides a black dirt bike through the ditches beside a flax field, sprinklers sprinkling. We drive alongside as he jumps the bike over the raised bits where tractors enter the field. He disappears in the ditch between each jump. Jump, land. Jump, land. Jump, land. This portion of the ditch is a lake. A soaked Ryan struggles to push the dead bike out of the water. He lets it fall and collapses on his back. After a moment, the sound of a motor and squeaky brakes.
Need some help, son?
Ryan turns his head. Ryan's point of view, a sideways portrait of Farmer Bill in a white Ford.
How do you explain all of this?
Interior Sanford Children's Hospital, playroom, day. Miracle reading Aliens Love Underpants with great enthusiasm and exaggerated facial expressions to a small group of children. Some of the kids are missing their hair.
Well, of course, credit goes to all the staff. Each one of us is here because we have a desire to do everything we can to help these kids. That's what it's all about.
But doctor, over the last 3 months, you've overseen the care of 13 children suffering from various fatal conditions who have all seen complete remission. In fact, over those 3 months, this hospital has seen a 100% success rate in curing its patients, all of them children. It's too amazing for word.
In the hallway, a KVRR reporter is interviewing a doctor wearing a wanna taco about it stethoscope. Miracle and the kids through a door.
Yes, well, honestly, the last few months have felt like I've been living in a dream.
Windows down. Interior Farmer Bill's old Ford. Day. Ryan staring out at endless flex.
Miracle gone today?
Yep.
Man, it's a good thing and all what she's doing. Must take a lot out of her. A lot of
Yep.
driving.
Uh-huh. Always be when she gets back.
Yeah. Mary always did like her alone time.
Yep.
A crescent moon in a clear blue sky. Bye, Miracle.
Miracle.
See ya. Interior Sanford Children's Hospital hallway. Day. Miracle hugs the kids, waves goodbye as she exits the playroom. The interviewed doctor walks with her.
Miracle, got a sec?
Of course.
So, the staff and I were talking, and we were wondering if you'd be able to maybe come in twice a week instead of once. The kids, they love you. Every Sunday, they're just happier, have more energy.
I'd love to. It's just too far. It's 4 hours each way. Maybe if we lived closer. I'm sorry.
Listen,
The doctor pulls her aside.
don't tell anyone I said this, but I think you're the cause of what's been going on recently. All the success we've been having. I checked the dates, and it all started when you began your weekly visits.
Miracle starts to protest, but
You know, so much of health comes from having a positive attitude. The body responds to it. That's what you're giving them, and you're our good luck charm.
I'm sorry. I really gotta go.
he watches her walk out the front entrance. Crunching gravel. Interior Auntie's house kitchen. Day. We watch through a window as Ryan and Farmer Bill roll the dirt bike down a ramp from the old Ford.
Only a few days until the big shower, as it has come to be known. Experts are now saying that due to the size of some of the meteors, there is actually a chance a few of them will make landfall.
They walk up to the house and come inside.
Let it dry off a little before we see if we got to do anything. You want a towel?
Nah, I'll shower when I get home.
Ryan looks out the window at the flax fields. Farmer Bill pours 2 glasses of lemonade.
Thanks. What a flax this year.
Yep. Don't know why, but last year I got this feeling. Thought just popped into my head. It's the year of the flax. Then wouldn't you know it, price skyrocketed in the spring. Something to do with the Russians. Who knows?
Ryan spins the shade on the space lamp.
Makes sense.
Farmer Bill sits in his chair, looking at a photo of Auntie on the side table.
Anyway, kept telling her it was going to happen. Just knew it. So I went all in. I only bought flax seeds. She thought I was crazy. Kept saying how the price had been so low. But I was right. Wish I could tell her I told you so.
He chuckles sadly. Exterior Auntie's house. Day. Farmer Bill and Ryan inspecting the bike. Bill wipes his hands.
Looks okay to me. Fire up.
Ryan hops on. He puts his foot on the Kickstarter and pushes. Vroom! The bike revs into a wheelie, shooting out from under him. It drives on its own all the way across the yard and ramps over a pile of sheet metal. Ryan and Farmer Bill share a look. Walk over. They stare at the bike.
Some strange stuff going on recently. Other night, I drove the deer back from a full day in the fields. The darn tank was still full. Told myself I must have just forgot filling it somehow, but next day, the same thing happened.
Ryan pulls the bike to its feet, cautiously kickstarts it. The motor vibrates in silence. A cold wind blows. Exterior field, night. Waves of blue flax flowers under the Milky Way. 3 falling stars in quick succession. The seeds of a flax plant shimmer. Relaxed breathing. Interior Miracle's house, living room, night. Ryan on his phone, nodding off on the couch. The sound of a door brings him back to life.
You're here.
A dying Miracle shuffles in and face plants on the other couch.
Hey,
So how'd it go?
good.
Ryan nods, yawning.
You want something to eat?
No,
What have you eaten today?
a lot.
You've eaten nothing.
Maybe.
Uh-huh. You lost 10 pounds in a month. Making eggs.
He gets up and starts to make her eggs on the gas stove. Miracle hugs a star pillow on the couch, eyes closed.
I'm not hungry. I just need sleep.
Too bad. You're getting eggs.
They sizzle in the pan.
No.
This isn't a debate. You're eating my eggs, and you'll like them.
He slides perfect sunny side up eggs on a plate, quickly adds a dash of salt, chili oil, and microgreens.
Here you go. Too delicious.
Miracle's chest rises and falls rhythmically. Ryan sighs, sets the eggs down. He goes over and carefully removes her shoes, pulls the socks off her feet, freezes, gingerly pulls her toes apart, dagger eyes. Perfect tones. Interior, Miracle's house, bedroom, dusk. Miracle is doing yoga on a mat. Ryan pulls his riding jacket on, grabs his helmet.
All right. Jed's off in a few days, so I figured I'd help him pack. After that, I got a meeting with the suits. Won't be home till late.
Okay, have a good time.
He gives her a kiss, heads out. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Exterior, Miracle's house, dusk. Ryan fucking guns it, shooting away up the lane in a dust cloud. Exterior, Miracle's valley, dusk. A red sun descends behind the horizon. Miracle's Mini crunches up the top of the lane and heads down the road. Somewhere nearby, an engine starts. Exterior, country roads, night. Miracle's Mini makes its way between the fields, turns down a valley. A ways back, Ryan drives with his headlight off. Exterior, Bucks Valley, night. Down in the coulee, Miracle gets out and enters the house. Ryan watches from behind some brush at the top. He creeps down the hill using trees as cover, makes himself small as he comes out of the vegetation and up to the house. Ryan peeks through the kitchen window, seeing all the various ingredients on the counter.
The fuck?
Ryan creeps over to another window, Buck's injecting Miracle on the couch. He undoes the belt, presses the hammer. Thud. Exterior, Bucks Valley, later. Miracle exits, heading forward. She freezes. Ryan leans against the Mini.
Hey, Miracle. What are you up to?
Listen, I can explain.
No, you fucking can't. I don't want to hear it. I mean, what the hell, Miracle? Who is this dude? What the fuck?
Look, it's not. Okay, it is. But just let me explain. It's.
Shut up. Shut up. Stop trying to lie to me. You.
A shotgun cocks.
Both of you, leave. Now.
Buck steps forward, the gun aimed at Ryan.
Get off my property.
Look, just let me.
It's over, Miracle. You led someone here. Don't come back.
Miracle falls to her knees, panicking. Buck to Ryan.
I don't think
Please,
I need to
Buck,
tell
please,
you
don't do this.
that
I'm
you
sorry.
need not
Please.
mention this to anyone.
Let's go.
She bawls. Ryan basically has to pull her to the car.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Exterior, interior, Miracle's Mini, night. The Mini shoots down a gravel road. Inside, Miracle is trying to wrap her arms around Ryan as he drives.
I don't care. Get the fuck off me.
He shoves her hard into the window. It only makes her try harder.
Stop. You're gonna...
They start to drift. Ryan tries to save it, but the Mini flies over a ditch and into a field. Wham! They bounce around violently, taking out a pathway of flax. Deep in the field, the Mini finally comes to a stop. Everything becomes still.
Get out.
What?
Get out. This is my fucking car today. Get out.
Miracle breathes. She wipes her face and gets out. Miracle watches as the Mini turns around and drives off down the pathway, leaving her in darkness. Fade 2. The stars and stripes flutter in a breeze. Interior, Ryan's grandparents' living room, day. A boy in a blue shirt sitting in front of a TV watching cartoons. Boom. A door slams. Little Ryan turns his head. A blur of red and white shoots past the door.
Hello?
No response. Hallway. Little Ryan pokes out his face, brow furrowed. He heads down the hall.
Miracle, if you're trying to scare me...
He stops in the door of his room to find a girl in the fetal position on his bed, wearing a white dress drenched in blood. This is Little Miracle. Big Miracle hallucinated her in the hospital.
Holy shit.
He runs over, doesn't know what to do with his hands.
Are you hurt?
Miracle's frightened eyes stare at him from under her arms.
What? Ooh.
His face hardens.
Stay here.
Ryan runs into the laundry room and jumps to grab the keys off the top of the gun case. He misses the first time, gets it on the second. Living room window. Little Ryan posts up with a Smith & Wesson M&P 1522 sport rifle, surveying the yard as he dials 911.
Hi, I live at 12500 27th Street, Southeast.
Fade 2. A bunny nibbles on green grass shoots. It hops forward and looks up to see Big Ryan crouched behind a bearberry bush. Exterior, interior, Bucks Valley, day. Ryan idly picks the bright red berries, tossing each one into the ground. A car door shutting alerts him. Down in the valley, Buck starts his purple GMC. It crawls up the lane and down the road. Ryan puts on his helmet as he walks toward his dirt bike, hidden nearby. He adjusts his shirt over the Ruger tucked in the back waistband of his jeans. Down in the valley, Miracle emerges from the barn. She hurries over to the vroom. Miracle turns her head. You can't see the top of the lane from this angle. The engine noise distances. Miracle heads for the house. In the kitchen, she slides a chair over to the counter, climbs up and takes a cookie tin off the top of the cupboard. Inside are a bunch of yellow vials. Exterior, Ray's farm machinery, dusk. A tiny Buck walks with another man down a row of equipment, being watched by Ryan crouching on a hill.
Now suggesting that people stay inside their homes until it's over.
Miracle's Mini Cooper drives her down a bouncy road, a sandwich bag of yellow vials and hypodermic needles riding passenger. A radio broadcast plays over the following.
This seems kind of silly to me, Ara. I don't think meteors knock.
Ray's farm machinery. Buck shakes Ray's hand, a brand new tiller in his truck bed. He gets in and pulls out of the lot.
Well, Ari, I think they just want people to be safe.
The sun is nearing the horizon. Miracle's Valley. She hops out of the Mini with a baggie and heads inside.
Safe? What difference does it make? My tin roof ain't gonna stop nothing. The insulation in my walls won't neither.
Buck's GMC, his hand on the wheel, Flaxfield flying past. Buck leans forward, looking ahead.
Well, they're the experts. I think we should do what they say.
Miracle's living room. Sitting on the couch under a red, white, and blue patchwork quilt pinned to the wall, Miracle takes 3 vials out of the bag and readies the needle.
If a rock shoots through my head, I'd rather be looking up at the stars and staring at my fucking TV.
Ari,
If
we're
I'm
on
gonna die,
air.
I want to die doing something.
She loads the barrel to the brim. Country road. Buck shuts the truck door and walks ahead, looking down at a log placed suspiciously across the road.
Sorry, everybody. Ari, Jesus. What's got you so worked up?
Ryan walks up behind him, pistol pointed. Buck sees him, turns around.
Cass left me last night.
In the red sky, the shower begins.
Oh, Ari, I'm so sorry.
Living room. Miracle's seizures alone on the couch, foam pooling at her mouth. Country road. Buck and the gun.
I don't want any trouble. I just want to know this is over.
It is.
Does she owe you anything? How much was she paying you?
Buck takes a step forward, staring into Ryan's soul.
She never paid me a dime.
Living room. The couch is empty. Country road. Ryan rides across the universe past shooting stars. Buck's kitchen. Buck tosses his keys on the table. He takes the cookie tin off the top of the cupboard, opens it up, counts the vials, grins. Entranceway. The screen door rattles open and shut in the night breeze. We flow through the gap. Down at the end of the lane, a ball of light drifts behind the trees. Country road. Ryan drives. A cloud of dust left in his thwack. Something bursts the road next to him. He almost loses control. Auntie's house. Farmer Bill watches the shower from his living room window. Boom! The space lamp explodes behind him. Shards piled on the table. From them, Bill picks up and reads a folded piece of paper that was hidden inside. Country road. Ryan does a bike slide, looking back. Thwack! Another hit. Wild wind whips the flax fields around him. Outside the atmosphere, millions of meteoroids burn up as they enter, the asteroid following behind. Trailer park. Donna staring up at the sky, her granddaughter playing with the doll next to her.
Did you figure out a name for your new doll, sweetie?
The girl makes the doll walk across the universe.
Mm-hmm. Her name's Miracle. 'Cause she looks just like your friend.
Donna's daughter comes out with a candled birthday cake, 12 backwards.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear.
The cake explodes, covering them in frosting. They stare at each other in shock, suddenly embrace. Top of the lane. Miracle's body pulses shimmer as she steps through the gate, eyes closed. Studio apartment. Jumper sits at a desk with an iPhone on a tiny tripod recording the shower through a window. A camera on a normal tripod records the scene.
With the meteor shower happening tonight, I thought it was the perfect time to speak with you. But first, let's take a moment to share in this amazing event together.
Jumper looks out the window awkwardly, faces camera.
Today's video is about signs and how it's important to be present in your daily life so that when a sign presents itself.
Crash. The window shatters. Jumper jumps, knocking the phone off the desk.
Holy shit! You guys, look!
Jumper grabs the camera and aims it at a burnt trail left in the wooden floor, leading to a small meteoroid smoldering a few inches from the phone. The screen illuminates with a call from Mom. Top of the lane. Miracle walking across the gravel road. As she is about to step into the ditch of a field, her feet float from the ground and over the flax, toes grazing the surface of the ocean. Jet's car. Jet reading a script as he drives down a highway, car packed with belongings. He tosses the script on the passenger, cranes his neck to look up at the shink. A hole appears in the windshield. Jet stares, slowing to a stop. He follows the hole's direction to the script, a hole burnt through it and the seat. The title page now reads, The Hole. He randomly flips to page 34, as if to see if it went all the way through. It did. Jet gapes, searches for a pen, and starts to write feverishly. Country road. Ryan looking around as the fields begin to shimmer, stares in awe. More meteors hit the area. House on a hill. College kids stand outside a party, watching the shower. The three nerdy kids from outside the crystal store among them.
Look who came.
Shortforth is sitting alone a little ways down the hill. One of them picks up a stone and throws it, hitting Shortforth's back. They laugh as he looks back. The short girl next to them cringes. Thwack! The ground bursts right in front of them. The group freaks out and runs inside. All except the short girl, who walks down and sits next to Shortforth. They watch the shower together. Country road. Ryan's head is a planet orbiting the sky as it glimmers with endless streams of light. His gaze catches.
Mirror?
Mountains. Veronica hikes up an evergreen-lined path. She comes up onto a ridge that overlooks a huge valley housing a small town, windows lit. Shooting stars fill the sky. Veronica's blood crawls. She turns to see an identical woman staring back at her from the trees, then realizes someone has placed a mirror shard in one's bark. Crack. The mirror fractures, splitting her reflection into 55 pieces. Smoke seeps through the cracks. On Veronica, she turns to the sky. The field, miracle floating over flax. Her body a rag doll. Urban park. Way makes her way up a sidewalk, eyes trained on the shower above. A man in a bucket hat walks past. Thwip. She spins around. The hat seems to magically land in her hands, a hole through it. The man, at first frozen, feels around his head. Luckily, it didn't hit him. They look each other up and down, mutual gaze. Ryan drives through the flax, the ground bursting at both sides. Miracle hovers in the center of the field, the wind hurricaning. Buck eats a microwave dinner on a TV tray, watching Friends in his living room. The shower through a window.
Man, can't anything in my life go right?
Buck laughs. Buck laughs. The wind rips flax roots from soil, swirling into a cyclone, encapsulating the shimmering miracle. The asteroid enters the Earth's atmosphere. The fields shimmer far below, a coded message. The sky enlightens everything there is to see. The people watch the chaos, faces lit. The soil breaks as the bike skids, Ryan running towards his love.
Miracle?
The body that was once hers, morphing from organic matter into pure energy. The soul breaking down into kaleidoscopic atoms. The stream of light shooting into the sky in a single burst, annihilating the asteroid in a massive explosion. Everyone feeling the shockwave below. And Ryan, stepping forward, looking up as it all disappears. Lepus shimmers. Ryan staring up at us. We rise to show him in the center of a massive Fibonacci crop circle encompassing the entire area. Overlap. Ryan and Miracle on the roof.
And if I traveled across the universe, leaving you behind, would you curse my memory when you look up at the moon and the stars?
I'd tell everyone that no matter where I went, what paintings I looked at, movies I watched, books I read, songs I heard, all I could see was you, between the bars.
Fade to black. The end. All right, excellent job, readers. Thank you, Logan, so much for sharing. And you said you wanted to do the Q&A first, and then move on to the feedback since you gotta leave in like 40 minutes. Nacho,
Yeah.
did you have a particular procedure in mind?
Yeah, I think so. Connor was going to sort of moderate the, Q&A and feedback, and maybe start with some uh, discussion about the script. I don't know if Connor's here with us.
I'm here. Hello. Yes, I'm here. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for reading, and everyone who came out to listen and give your thoughts and things. Maybe we will take a quick break. We'll take like a minute and allow people to think of questions and topics and write them in the chat. So let's
All right, while we have that minute.
Yeah, let's come back in 1 minute.
All right. While we have that minute, Logan, if I can get you to do something we forgot to do earlier.
What?
Could you copy paste the text I just put in chat into your message and then send it?
Yeah. Just into the same chat.
Mm-hmm. I am losing my marbles today. I got excited. Okay, great. And could you do that exact same message, but replace the word buy with the word use? Ooh, capital. Thank you, Logan. Yeah, thanks for sticking through all the technical difficulties and my nonsense and whew. Proud of me, Nacho.
Great job. Thanks, Greg.
Yeah, thank you everyone for reading. You did a really great job reading the action.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, our actors were awesome.
I'm going to invite a bot that's going to just record the audio just in case, as a backup, in case the stream fails or something. I know that Logan wanted to make sure to get the feedback recorded, so don't be alarmed. It's going to say something in the chat.
Now recording.
Thank you, Craig. All right, it's our robot friend. Cool. So let's feel free to fill the chat with your questions and thoughts. So you can click that white word bubble next to the table reads chat, and you can open up the text on the right-hand side of your window. Maybe I'll just get us started, Logan, and other folks can layer in their questions as we're getting going and on the discussion. My first question would be about all the interesting, sort of unusual formatting choices and devices you use throughout the script, like the stereo sound and the poetry sequences and other things like this. You had some similar kind of like interesting poetic digressions from normal structure or from normal format in your script Meet as well. Can I ask how you made those choices for this one?
Well, with the poetry, I just wanted to make it clear that it was like supposed to be read as poetry. So I just wanted to like format it differently, and then just made it try to like fit the screenplay format as best as possible while being different. For the sound thing, I don't remember why. It just happened as I started, like literally as I started writing it. I think it was because the second scene at first had another song before I changed it, and it just like when like putting the song in the script, I wanted to make it so it like actually like felt like you were like hearing the song, and then from then I was like, oh, this is really cool, and became like a huge part of the script for me, and like really I don't know how to describe it really, but the like audio, like it, I just think it completely changes how it feels, and like if the movie was made, like I think it would just like really like I don't know, I think it just gets into your head, I guess. Sorry, that's not really a very good explanation.
Yeah, sometimes we don't overthink these things too much, and like if it makes sense and if it works on the page, then you can kind of get away with anything. Like it comes down to each individual script and sort of like the rules that you set for yourself within that script.
Yeah.
What else do we want to ask? Maybe you can just sort of tell us where the story came from and like what inspired you and what brought you to this topic.
Let me think for a second.
Okay.
I think there's like the concept of altruism is really interesting, and what I learned like about like in college, and because it's nice to help people, but at a certain point, helping is going to like be a huge detriment to your own person, and I think that's a really interesting topic, that like helping other people, to a large degree, will almost always end with hurting yourself, or at least degrading your like body, or whatever. Like it takes a lot of energy and effort, and everybody has to, at the end of the day, if they don't want to literally sacrifice their life, has to choose themselves over others. Right. And I just thought that was a really interesting topic. And then when I thought of creating a character that is like the physical like manifestation of altruism, essentially, to a point where it's like literally like to the point of sacrificing herself, essentially.
Cutting her arm off and giving it to a guy. I said, sorry, cutting her arm off and giving it to a guy, sort of metaphorically representing that.
Yeah, and so then that's the point of the, like, if you look at the way the script builds, at the beginning, it will seem like not a lot is happening really, but what's happening is that it's gradually building that Miracle is giving more and more of herself, to a point where it gets to be ridiculous, where she's literally, cutting her arm off to give to a guy. And then the rest of the script is just building off of that, going as far as possible, essentially, and going with this conundrum of helping yourself or helping others, and that the only way that you like out of this situation is essentially to sacrifice yourself.
Mm-hmm. So, sort of the question is, I guess, would you see the question as like, what is the toll that helping others takes on you, and where do you draw the line, that kind of thing?
Yeah, because everybody has to, at a certain point, if they want to be able to survive, right? Like, it doesn't matter how much you want to help people. You have, like, doctors or anybody who's helping anybody in war or anything, at a certain point, you have to either choose to sacrifice yourself or choose yourself.
Right. Awesome. Thanks for that. We have a question from Ed in the chat here. As you were developing the story from initial concept to finished script, did the genre or the balance of those genres like stay consistent the way you expected, or did you find that changing as the story went on?
I knew I wanted it to be romance, and I love magical realism in novels. So I think it's like a really underutilized genre in film. So I knew I wanted it to be that, and the whole ideas of the mysticism and everything that goes into this, like I knew it was going to be fantasy. I didn't know it was going to be horror at all until I was writing it, and then one day a poem came into my head, and I realized it was a horror poem, and I realized that it was supposed to be in the script. That like the story of the poem was about the characters in the script, and it fit perfectly. It took, I think, I don't know, like an hour to add it into the script. So
thanks for that. Question from Nacho. What do you have in mind next for the script? Do you want to direct or produce, or do you have some other course of action in mind?
I don't know. I haven't had very many people read it. And I want to know what people think about it, I guess, because like I don't know, it feels really weird to me, and I just don't know. So.
All right. What kind of question from Luke? What kind of feedback would you be looking for primarily?
I mean, just what your genuine reaction to it is, right? Like when it comes to feedback, I want just what somebody felt while reading it, what they didn't like, what if things were confusing, if yeah, I mean, I'm really bad at asking for feedback because I just I don't know what to say, but yeah. I'm not very good at talking, if you haven't noticed.
We could just open it to the room, just to anything if you want to just keep it that general.
Yeah, anything, whatever somebody wants to say.
Okay, so yeah, feel free to raise a hand, or I guess we're not in a stage channel, so you can just speak up if you'd like to share some thoughts, or you can use the text by mousing over that white word bubble and clicking open chat, and then typing it, and it should show up on the right-hand side of your Discord window. So, what questions or thoughts do you guys have for Logan?
I was just going to say, if it's easier, also you could have people type something in the chat, like an X or something.
Oh, sure, yeah, that works.
It's M for Miracle, and I will call on you in the order that you post it. Raven, what's your feedback for the script?
Okay, my feedback is that I really liked a whole lot about the script. I mean, I guess there's a little bit of a bias there because I got to read a lot of all of Miracle's lines, and I definitely thought her struggles with drug addiction were really compelling, and her struggles with relationships in general. And you don't really see astrology and space and stuff talked about in too many strips that have this sort of magical realism vibe in a way. So I feel like the tone and atmosphere overall was really good. I really love the Fibonacci sequence allusions because I've always kind of been fascinated by that. I especially liked the dynamic between Miracle and Ryan and how her relationship fell apart and then is put back together eventually with some struggle after he tried to help her with her addiction, or rather getting her out of it. And I thought I loved Miracle's poems that she created. I felt like that not only showed how she helps others overall with her podcast, but it also showed her creativity and her deepest thoughts that she expresses through her poems. It shows that even though she's creating all of these works to help make others feel less lost in life and help them be happy, she's also greatly struggling in a way and helping others when she can't really help herself. So I feel like you absolutely nailed Miracle's character overall. The one aspect of the script at some point that made me go, huh, was when she very briefly got with that one short fourth nerdy guy who got teased by the other nerdy characters. So I wondered, wait a minute, you're with Ryan, so why are you having a brief fling with that other guy, unless the drugs kind of clouded her mind and such. But other than that moment, I feel like overall the script is very well done. I loved how introspective, especially Miracle's character was, and her relationships with all the people in her life, with Ryan, with Auntie, with Buck. And I loved the surreal atmosphere of the whole thing, especially where you highlight where when Miracle's on her drug trips, how her arms appear to glow. I really like the star imagery of it. And I thought the ending was also really interesting, especially because it had the meteor shower at the end that that Miracle seemed to stop in a way, which that was kind of a miracle in itself. So I liked how she has a meaningful name there. And I actually thought at first that it was going to end with like Miracle kind of controlling the meteor shower somehow, but then that didn't happen, and I thought it ended kind of sweetly with her and Ryan. So overall, yeah, I thought it was a great script. I really liked reading it, and I thought the characters and their environment were all pretty compelling. So great job. I really liked it.
Thanks so much, Raven. Thank you for being our protagonist. You did an excellent job. Firefly has written some feedback here in the chat. Ed says, it seemed relatively clear to me throughout, with the exception of the dream sequence. It seemed to pass across a few scenes without a definitive end to me, so I thought at first she actually cut her entire arm off. I think others had a similar confusion. Heated asks Logan, what were the ingredients for the yellow serum, and what was the line or moment that is your favorite?
Well, I mean, the story that Miracle tells, like about the guy with the suitcase when she was a kid, obviously, like a lot of that, or like, there's no way to know that that's true at all. But what she said in the story about the ingredients of the medicine is true. It's just literally made up of everything that grows in the coulee in that area. Like you can see Buck harvesting a flower's roots, and then through the window see the pasque flowers and the rabbit's feet and buffalo berries and stuff. So it's literally just made of organic materials. And the other question was, what was my favorite line? I'll get back to you on that.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And
Hang
on, we're gonna run through this.
Got it.
But you can put more questions in the chat if you like. But hang on. Gotta get to Ed's second feedback here. Ed says, I am not a fan of the romance genre in general, so this is not the sort of story that I personally find compelling. However, it has excellent characterization you expressed in dialogue, action, and situational storytelling, which I appreciate a lot. There is a poetry to the word choices and descriptions that's compelling to me, so all that being said, it was a solid read. The payoffs felt solid. I really have nothing other than the clarity on the dream sequence as far as critique. Edit, I forgot about the parents. I kind of want to know or get a better sense of what happened to them, because it looks like they were brutally murdered and maybe Miracle did do it. Well, thanks, Ed. And let's see, Luke, what is your feedback for the script? Thank you for voicing all those different characters.
You're welcome. So yeah, I'll do my best with the feedback. So there's lots of elements that I love and appreciate and really enjoy. It feels like on paper I should love this, like the description, the elements, but something is just missing in the execution, and I felt like this is so, apologies, like somnambulant, like it is making me tired just thinking about it. I don't know, like it needs sort of. Does it need like a Citizen Kane moment with the parakeet to wake the audience up? I don't know. I needed something. There was, I guess, to try to give you actionable feedback. Excuse me for that. I think sort of like markers of progress. So on page 86 was one of the moments where I finally sort of like found something to latch onto after a while of like getting lost in the dialogue. There's just a little bit line of dialogue. It's like, hey, I'm going to show you something. And I'm like, okay, now there's a goal. Like, I know what this character wants. Like, I know what's happening. And now all of a sudden you have like these nice markers of progress. You have, they're out in the snow. Then there's the cave. And I guess, yeah. So some of these things that I dislike might be some of the things that you actually love. Like if the goal is to make the audience sort of feel like they've been dosed, and we're on this, you know, slow meandering descent into a heroin trip laced with God knows what, then I guess that's working. I don't know. I'm a visual thinker. I like sort of visual stuff in the scene geography to latch onto. I like sort of a story to be happening with the dialogue, like in the background with the dialogue or whatever. Anyways, let me stop nitpicking. Nice ending sequence. Definitely lots of great payoffs in a short amount of time. You mentioned magical